Hello everyone, this is Nostro Preacher. Today I just want to tell you how you must treat people with incapable lifestyles, because that is how you treat them and make them ashamed. For example, a person may be a HIV positive in your society, but when you are stigmatizing him or her or his family, you will not get right things. That means how our life is a battle, and fighting for right things is just to do things which is better to your neighbors. Defending for someone who is unable to fight or who is not able to fight is just to treat those people who can make themselves in what they do. Yeah, for example, in the short story that I told you about Maureen and Steve, how they love each other, it's about encouraging people, telling them how when the sun goes down, it's not time for them to cry, because when they cry, the tears will not let them see the stars. Yeah, let me make you listen to this man who is going to explain for you how they love well and how they loved one another, even if they were hated by everyone in their society.
The air hung heavy with unspoken words. A veil of secrecy shrouded the once vibrant life of Maureen. Her laughter, once a symphony of joy, was now a distant memory. Steve, her pillar of strength, watched helplessly as the woman he loved retreated further into herself. Her once bright eyes were now clouded with pain and fear. Steve was a successful businessman, a man who commanded respect. Yet even his success couldn't shield Maureen from the whispers that followed her like shadows. Rumours spread through their community like wildfire. Maureen was HIV positive, they said. The stigma, a venomous serpent, coiled around their lives, squeezing the joy out of their existence. Their once lively home became a prison of judgment. Friends stopped visiting, their absence deafening. The warmth of community, once a comforting blanket, was replaced by the chill of isolation. Steve and Maureen found themselves standing alone, facing a storm of fear and prejudice. The whispers started subtly, veiled threats hidden in concerned glances. People avoided Maureen, their fear palpable. Her warm greetings were met with cold stares and awkward silences. The judgment in their eyes was unmistakable. At first, Steve tried to shield Maureen from the cruelty. He confronted their accusers, his voice laced with anger and frustration, but the whispers persisted, fueled by ignorance and fear. Society, quick to judge and slow to understand, had already passed its verdict. The rumours, like a virus, spread through every corner of their lives. Business associates distanced themselves from Steve, fearing the taint of association. Social invitations, once plentiful, dwindled to nothing. Their world, once filled with the warmth of human connection, grew cold and isolating. Maureen carried the weight of her past like a heavy cloak. She had loved and lost, her heart broken by betrayal. Her marriage, a facade of happiness, hid a dark secret. Her husband, a man she had trusted with her life, had infected her with HIV. The revelation shattered her world. The man she had vowed to spend her life with had betrayed her in the most profound way. His infidelity was a wound that cut deep, leaving behind scars that ran far deeper than any physical pain. Haunted by the ghosts of her past, Maureen retreated further into herself. The pain of betrayal was compounded by the fear of judgment. She felt like a pariah, unworthy of love or compassion. Her silence became her shield, protecting her from a world that seemed determined to break her. Section 4. The weight of misunderstanding. Maureen's silence was often mistaken for guilt. People assumed the worst, their minds poisoned by misinformation and prejudice. They failed to see the pain behind her eyes, the silent scream of a woman trapped in a nightmare. The stigma of HIV was a heavy burden, one that threatened to crush her spirit. She was defined by her illness, stripped of her identity and reduced to a statistic. Her dreams, her aspirations were all but forgotten in the face of society's fear. The isolation took its toll. Depression, a silent predator, crept into her life, feeding on her despair. Her once vibrant energy faded, replaced by a crushing fatigue that seemed to seep into her very bones. The world, once full of possibilities, now seemed bleak and unforgiving. Through it all, Steve remained her constant. His love for Maureen burned bright, an unwavering flame in the face of adversity. He refused to let the darkness consume her, fighting tirelessly to bring her back from the brink. Steve educated himself about HIV, determined to separate fact from fiction. He challenged the whispers, armed with knowledge and fueled by love. He became Maureen's advocate, her protector, her voice in a world that seemed determined to silence her. Steve's love was a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of human connection. He showed Maureen that even in the darkest of times, love could provide solace and strength. His unwavering support gave her the courage to keep fighting, to hold on to the belief that even in the face of adversity, light could emerge from the shadows.